Most government regulation or tax proposals don't happen or aren't as bad as you think.
So this is back to the point which we made around when there's a big change in the economy, or there's a change in regulations, or people are saying that something's going to change in a big way, that people often panic and sell properties or stop buying or change their strategy or whatever. Often when you get a new set of politicians in, as happened with David Cameron, George Osborne, they introduced a raft of changes, such as putting the stamp duty up and saying that you couldn't offset all the mortgage interest against your rent if you own the property personally. And they introduced lots of other changes with housing benefit. Now, those are things that happened. Prior to that, I would say there were probably another 95 things which were talked about by commentators, or perhaps MPs, perhaps ministers, and definitely the media in general.
Weren't they going to drop that and then never did?
Yeah. That was, that went up to 20%, didn't it? Yeah. Remember when it was 17.5? Remember when it was 15? That didn't come back down again. I remember when the EU were going to regulate all buy-to-let mortgages. That went away.
You were going to be able to put resis in a SIP.
Yeah, you were going to be able to put residential properties into a pension. That was actually quite far advanced, and the government said it was going to happen, and the pension industry spent hundreds of millions getting ready for it. And at the last minute they pulled it. But sort of even before that, even before it gets to that stage, there is also always a whole load of talk around things that are going to happen. Brexit's going to happen, all the Polish are going to go home, there's going to be a lot less Bulgarians and Romanians and Latvians, they're not going to be here anymore, all the houses are going to be empty. Well, that seems to have gone away now, doesn't it? Now their rights looks like all their rights are going to be guaranteed and everyone's going to be allowed to stay. What a surprise. It was pretty obvious that was going to happen anyway. There are so many of those stories and ideas that have come about over the years that until it looks pretty serious, maybe there's a government consultation, or there's a minister or the Prime Minister saying this is what we're going to do, I don't really take it very seriously anymore, because you would spend your life getting ready for 95% of things that don't change, don't happen, recession that doesn't come, interest rates that don't come up, because of course interest rates have been going up for the last, since they came down, almost every year, and every time they predict, make a prediction about them, when they're going to go up, they're usually wrong. I'm not saying they're not going to go up, because they will, but people have no idea when and by how much. You can't predict this stuff.
No.
So don't take too much notice of the stuff which is a maybe.
Just take the media with a pinch of salt, maybe, till it actually is confirmed.
Yeah, and other people as well, because it's often other investors that are saying that this stuff is guaranteed, and most of the time they're just wrong. And
everyone loves to make a prediction, don't they? Yeah. Everyone does.